Campaign Casters is a fantasy-filled, heavy player-populated podcast for adults. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Hail, travelers, adventurers, and heroes well met. Welcome to Campaign Casters, a high fantasy TTRPG podcast designed to introduce you to your fictional home away from home. My name is Haven Joseph-Lyon, and I will be your caster master for today.
We are a heavy player-populated party of not adventurers, but investigators trying to make a name for ourselves in a big city. So, if you're fans of the Forgotten Realms, Exandria, Bohemia, Fendrea, or a setting set in the 19-something or other, prepare to add Sorulin to your list. The twist with this podcast is that we took Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and flipped it on its head. Elves have been stripped of their magic power and become barbarians. Dwarves became magical scholars, and humans no longer exist. In addition, we are going to introduce a new 5th edition class that we've been homebrewing called the Runecaster. A new magic caster class designed to give you the chance to create your own spells on the fly. The second twist of this podcast is that this campaign will have 2 DMs. The way this works is that Haven will have an entire arc for himself, then pass it on to me for my own devices.
We know some of the same things, but do not know what the other has prepared and must act on the fly. So, if you are enjoying this first episode of ours, please give us a review of what you thought. If we make it to 1,000 reviews, tune in at the end of the episode to find out what additional content we will release that you can be a part of.
Players, or should I say, casters, please present your titles.
All right. I am Nicholas Bailey, and I'm playing Elxidor Vernades.
I'm Heath Chase, and I'm playing Sig Valang.
I'm Jake Taylor, and I'm playing Brian Smith.
I'm Adam Fox, and I'm playing Leo.
And I'm Sophia Condit, and I'm playing Lycan.
And I'm Ari Bardak-Mitchell, and I'm playing Gael of the House of the Solstice.
And I am Haven Joseph-Lyon, Glitter as the middle name, and I am playing Nissa Stone. All right, without further ado, folks, we present Campaign Casters.
The year is 655 SV in the Age of Genesis, a time clustered with war and the extinction of races known as the Genocidal Scourge. The elves have grown in power, succeeding the humans' desertion of the mainland, and in turn have grown greedy. Times are dire, and the war is nearing its end on the continent known as Ventalor. Orafair, the capital city of the Elven Empire, lies quiet as its soldiers battle elsewhere. The only people that remain are the common folk and their young.
It is night, as we hear the footsteps of a woman walking down an ornate hallway as she gently opens a door into its conjoining room. She walks in and sets down a chamber stick onto the table beside her. A chair is dragged to a spot where you hear her take a quick breath, but a long exhale. She motions her hand onto the bed where a child is lying there, disturbed.
What's wrong, my little Iris?
I had another nightmare.
Oh, it's going to be okay, my dear. Nothing some magic can't handle.
As she says this, she gently flicks her wrist as a magical energy waves from her hand, falling as a mist over the child.
When are we gonna visit Fulveron again?
Not for a while, my Iris. Papa and him had an argument.
Do you think they'll make up after the fighting?
I hope so, my dear. And you should go back to sleep. Your father's legion should be returning from the Nostradal Sierras soon.
As the elven mother tucks her son back into bed, she begins to sing an old lullaby as she gently glides her fingers through his hair. As her song nears its end, the elven mother begins to choke and writhe. Her skin dims to a deep gray as her son joins in agony. Symbols of gold scrawl across their flesh as their magic is throttled from their bodies. We fast forward to the year 805 RE over the Republic of Chronophobia.
Wind whispers through the air as the sun's light peeks across the horizon. The city of Chronophobia awakens with its fervent demeanor as its townsfolk begin the business of the day. Bustling streets and music can be heard sneaking through the alleyways, stowing itself into the mind of random travelers who pass by. The city is lit with the golden rays of Altan's sun as we are swept into the heart of the sparkling city. Fast footfalls silently stride across from rooftop to rooftop as we follow Nissa Stone, an androgynous person dressed in loose tan and white cloth that freely flows. Their hair is jet black in a pixie cut that flutters with the wind. Their golden eyes lead toward their tan hand as we see a sparkling black bow with fine golden intricacies as an arrow fires from the finely crafted weapon down into a carriage below.
Behind the carriage, we see three figures trying to catch up to the wooden vehicle as it zooms on. One of the figures is Elxidor, a crimson hobgoblin man with silky black hair that flies from his shoulders as he dismantles a nearby sign off a food stall. He throws the sign to the ground, grabs an orange, and flips a silver coin that rattles onto the counter as he unsheaths a steel chain whip, throttling its kunai-shaped head that sticks into the back of the moving carriage.
The next figure we see, trying to keep pace, is Lycan, a 3-foot-tall plant-like humanoid, with dull gray, bark-like skin and lichen growing as freckles. We see her pink blossom crown caught in the shade of the passing by buildings. As she runs behind the surfing hobgoblin, she reveals a chisel within her grasp. She raises it in the air and digs down into her bark. Each tap shaves away to reveal a crude drawing of a beanstalk. In response, we see plant life begin to jet and grow from beneath her as she is thrust into the air towards the roof of the cart. Her vine-like arms barely latch onto the cart's side as its window opens to reveal a crazy-eyed man holding a jack-in-the-box. As he releases its crank, we see an arcane box glove burst out in an explosion of color as the spriggan is blown backwards.
As she falls, we see a blue streak shoot through the air beneath her. Flying at a great speed is that of an arcane being. We see Leo, a being made of pure magic with an effervescent blue aura surrounding him. He catches the spriggan as his sole arcane eye looks down at her anxiously. His colors change from a brilliant blue to a clashing orange as the colors seem to ricochet from each other within his body. The spriggan smiles up to him as her vine-like arms form into a backpack formation as the orange subsides from the arcanic's body, flying them forth alongside the carriage.
Inside the carriage, another figure emerges. Built like a boulder, his stone skin reflects the light that shines through each passing building. In his left hand, we see an object similar to that of a battering ram. Steadied by his built shoulders, he chants an ancient script as the object begins to glow a deep red. However, before his chant can be completed, we see a shadow of black on the other side of the carriage.
A large feline creature bounds on the street, carrying Gael, a strict and uncomfortable figure as they try to ride the coal-furred beast for the first time. Their short, dark blue hair, streaked with white, bounces with each bound as their gold and indigo tunic shimmers. Revealing a book, the Air Genasi scribbles something down in its pages. With a flick of their quill, a strange creature resembling a wild pig stuffed into a snail shell flies off the page and lands in front of the boulder-like man, causing his chants to cease due to laughter. In desperation, the coach driver cracks their whip as the carriage begins to speed even faster off into the city.
Off in the distance, we see Brian, a fair-skinned man with blue-tipped ears, looking down at the approaching coach. With an eye patch and a shabby rusted collar around his neck, we see as he lifts the unnecessary eyewear and jumps down onto the hurling vehicle. Jamming his dagger into the brown lacquered wood beneath him, we see as he smirks and begins to crawl towards the driver at a slow and steady pace.
Lastly, as this entourage rages forth, we see the cart approaching an intersection as Sig Valang, a tall, tattooed man, stands in wait as his robe billows in the wind. As he rips the cloak off into the air, his four arms are revealed, and his body begins to shift and his bones begin to crack. This Territor, for a second, begins to turn into an albino goat horn crocodilian visage as we hear a voice say, "Not today, Sig." In an instant, he morphs back into his tattooed form as the feline beast guiding the coach bulldoze through him. He stumbles to the ground, run over, as he is just able to latch onto the underbelly of the carriage he had sought to stop in its tracks.
Roll initiative.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
I got an 8.
8. Very good. Exodar.
7.
7. Sig.
10.
Jesus, we are fucked. Leo.
9.
Make sure to long rest if you haven't long rested, folks. Brian.
Thank God.
10.
Oh, my God. What the fuck?
Okay.
You guys.
All right.
Wait for a session, guys.
You have a plus.
It's okay. It's okay. We're getting them out of the way now.
Like in our savior, question mark?
11.
Oh, yes. I'm
I love
sorry.
that
For
for
some
us.
reason, you were in India.
Welcome to episode 1, everybody.
It's okay. We just did all these things. We're in.
Okay.
You know.
Oh my gosh. Basically, as we just depicted it, this cart is moving. We currently have Brian on top, slowly moving forward with his daggers. Currently, Sig is underneath the carriage on the opposite side beneath, holding on. We have Elxador surfing on a sign behind with his chain whip, as we have Gael on top of Annika running to the left of the carriage. We have Nissa on top of buildings jumping across and shooting down, and we have Leo and Lycan holding on to each other as Leo continues to fly forward next to the carriage. And just so everyone knows, you would actually know the 3 names of these, so I can just tell you. So the guy with the jester hat and all the jester garb is known as Belis Fen. The big guy who has all of these green, paint markings on his stone skin and the green cross across his eyes and the bridge of his snout and stuff, that's Tolt Oscalad. And the person who has a shaved head of blue hair, they have a scar across their left eye and dark mascara and eyeliner underneath their eyes itself, is Percy Wellhale. And these are the members of Triple Threat.
We're here to capture them, or what's in their cart?
You are here to stop them, bring them to the precinct of the DMC, which is the Department of Magical Casting, because in our world, in Chronomancer specifically, they have different licenses that you're allowed to use. So you, depending on who you are, you can apply for a different license with the DMC, and you are able to get different levels of magic, whether it be first level cantrip, second level, so on and so forth. And each 2 have a certain license that come with it. And if you don't have that approved, you are not allowed to use magic items that utilize those types of spells or higher. These folks are people who do not have licenses, who broke into the precinct in the Eskric district, which is in the heart of Chronomancer itself, which you know to be the area in which your headquarters is placed as well. And you have been tracking them down for quite some time, and you finally have caught up to them and are finally actually engaging with them. Make sense? Any other questions?
Mm-hmm.
You see as it's the big earth dude holds up his big battering ram and begins to release a charge. Does a 21 hit you, Leo?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see as this big battering ram-like thing starts to shoots outward after he stops laughing and is able to compose himself. That's going to deal 10 points of force damage on the first one.
Ouch.
One. And you see as he's going to try and shoot again, and Lycan, this one's coming at you as you're on the back of Leo. I assume a 24 hits you.
Yes.
Okay. 14 points of force damage against you, Lycan. That's the end of his turn. Brian, currently you are on the top, slowly crawling towards the person who is at the front of the carriage. You see as they turn back and they smirk and they look to you and they say, "Really? You think this is going to do it?" And you see as they release a dagger out towards you. They got a natural 1. So how do you dodge this?
Oh man, that hits.
No.
I'm still on top. I didn't drop in.
Yeah, you're still on top.
Okay, so they're throwing the dagger?
Yeah, they throw the dagger.
Okay, I just roll to the side.
Yeah, you see as you roll, you're able to grab onto the side of the carriage. You see as this dagger flips past you as you see green ichor dripping off of it, flying past. Well, you dodged one. Can you dodge another? And and they release another one. Does a 19 hit you?
I think just barely.
Just barely, yes.
No, yeah.
Okay, so I need you to roll a con save for me, please.
Yeah, no problem.
They deal 7 points of piercing damage to you.
They deal 3 points of piercing damage to me. I got a 17.
Ooh, very, very good. And they're going to you'll take half of this damage, so I'm just rolling the poison damage since you got a 17 and succeeded. You'll take 6 points of damage.
In total?
In total. I already got rid of the half. Yeah, so you see as the second one sinks down into you, and as it does, you start to feel poison flood into your veins, and you're just able to concentrate on your breathing from whenever you were a kid for a second. You remember back to whenever you were on the ship, and you remember the wind hitting your hair, and you remember as your mother stabbing you with a knife, saying, "All right, Brian, this is what you need to do. You need to slow your breath. You need to focus and get it out of your system. Can you do it?"
Yes.
All right. And we flip back into Brian as you focus slowly on this pain. That's the end of their turn as we see another figure, the one who had the cranking jack-in-the-box that was going after Lycan. We see this figure with a jester's outfit, these big plumes of different red and blue. He starts to go, and he starts to wind it up again. This is going to be fun, right? And he starts to try and release an attack against you. Let's see.
I don't think it'll be very fun.
I assume an 18 hits you? Yep. That's going to be 6 points of force damage plus 8 points of necrotic damage. That is the end of his turn. Brian, you're up as you're crawling and focusing on this pain. Oh, yeah, sorry. Lycan,
I don't know.
What will you do?
After seeing Leo get hit and Lycan being right there, I think Lycan's just gonna take out her chisel and carve into her chest just a circular shape, and different brambles and roots are gonna shoot out from her arms and completely enwrap Leo and give him armor of roots, which gives you a 16 AC.
16 AC.
Okay.
Let me.
And she's gonna whisper to Leo, "Get me close, get me close. I'm gonna get him."
Oh, okay. Yes. I can do that. Okay.
And that's her turn.
Cool. Yeah. Very good. And just for those of you at home, Lycan is our runecaster. So if you're wondering what Lycan is doing, this is part of our custom class that we've created. All right. Next up, Brian, you are crawling across this as you see this armor starts forming across Leo in mid-flight.
Not me, but the guy.
Get him! Get him!
The person who just attacked me is inside of this carriage. Right?
The person that just attacked you is the person who's leading the Grimmelkin, who has the reins, and is at the front of the coach. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna attack them.
Absolutely.
For sure. I'm just gonna stab them with my little dagger.
With your little dagger.
I miss. That's a 11.
Yeah, you miss. You see, as you try and stab upward, they're able to take one of their dark metal bracers and clang down against your knife as you see as it is held down to the top of the lacquered wood of the carriage.
Shit. Bonus action, stab again. Different dagger. That's a nat 20.
Natural 20. You see, you see.
First one.
You see as this person leading the coach slams it down, and she says, "You're gonna have to try a little harder than that." And as soon as they say that, what do?
I take out my other dagger, and just
Oh my god.
Yeah, you slam down and stab into them.
I rolled 2, right?
Double the dice.
Yeah, you double the dice.
Ka-chow. That's a 4 plus 3 plus 7.
All right, you gonna do your sneak attack?
Yes, I am.
Because-
You're right.
So you double all of your sneak attack too. So you roll twice the amount.
I rolled.
Would be wise.
Smooth
24.
jazz.
24. So
24
7 plus 7.
24 plus 7, which
Okay,
is
31.
31.
Cool.
Yes.
Damn.
31 points of damage. Wow, that was
From a dagger.
yeah.
One dagger.
Yeah, Brian, you
I really sharpened this thing.
You did the jugular.
Like still holding on to like the dagger in the shoulder. I'm just gonna like sweep myself like off the roof or whatever and just sit down next to them and be like, hey.
yeah, you're able to sit down next to them as they open their hand and you see as they have 4 more knives and they're like, hi. and you're both sitting next to each other looking at each other. Then we cut over to Nissa bounding across the top of rooftops. I'm going to make them roll a acrobatics check. They got a dirty 20. So they are perfectly able to continue going across these rooftops while bounding forward. And they are going to try and shoot down. They will use a sorcery point and are going to try and shoot down at the earth elemental. You see as they pull back and they don't have an arrow being drawn back, and as they draw it back, an arrow forms made out of crackling lightning, and you see as it starts to try and electrocute this dude. Let's see if they hit. They absolutely hit that. They got a 19 plus 8. 19 plus 8, so that's whatever that is. You get my gist.
This fight is giving me Mickey Mouse and the Three Musketeers carriage.
Yes.
Scene.
Yes,
Sadly, Jack in the Box with Goofy.
Sadly, it's not a bunch of damage, but you see as it starts to ricochet across this earth elemental or earth Genazi's body and deals 4 points of shocking damage. That's the end of their turn because they used a cantrip. Next, Sig, you are up.
All right. Beneath the carriage, holding on with all 4 arms, Sig releases one arm, goes and unsheaths his rapier, and it glints in the sun. And he stabs it into the spoke of the wagon wheel.
Oh, you're so smart.
Great.
Yes.
Can you roll an attack for me?
Yes, it was.
It's a good thing we're flying.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, you're like, hey.
A 7?
Mhm.
Roll me a luck check.
Oh.
Uh-oh. About to lose a sword.
Please be lucky.
Uh-oh.
That's a 4.
Okay, as you take your rapier, you stab into it trying to stop it. You see the spokes are moving too fast and your rapier ching, 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 flies off.
Can I do
behind.
a little reaction to catch it?
I was going to say, so as you are behind, if you want to use your reaction, Elxidor, you see as a rapier starts ching, 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 starts flying towards you behind the carriage.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Natural 1.
No, it's a 2.
It's a 2. You see, as you are unable to grab it, it ching, ching, ching falls behind, and you just watch as it rolls behind.
Sorry, Sieg.
Oh, God, my sword.
Sieg, what would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
Oh,
God, his sword.
his sword. I really like that sword.
We all look back. We're like, oh, God, his sword.
Six.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
I do speak the English.
Yeah, very good.
Lexicon.
I'll roll for that.
6 gonna crawl up to the front
Okay.
towards the. Are they Grimalkin up front? Or
Yeah, it's so currently, just so everyone understands, there's a big lacquered coach that has in the front, it has 4 Grimalkin. Grimalkin, for those at home, are these big bipedal cat-like beasts that use their bottom 2 legs, almost like T-Rexes, how they have like small little paws in the front and big legs in the back to move forward. They bound using that, and whenever they need to run faster, they go down to their little paws that are in the front. So currently they are all bounding as Percy, who you would have seen the report about, who's the blue-haired individual with the shaved head, is running the coach and trying to fight Brine as they're trying to go faster and faster going through this different area.
I don't have sound effects for that, so I think I'll just use horse noises.
Yeah.
You know,
Wait, you gotta do horse noises and then a cat sound.
Yeah. So that's currently what you see.
So as I crawl up, Brian sees my head and goes, "Oh, hi, Brian."
Hello, matey.
And then I'm gonna. It's technically the shove action, but I'm just gonna grab the one person's leg and pull them down.
Okay, roll a contested athletics check or acrobatics. What'd you get?
I got a 14.
They got a 6. Okay, so you grab onto their leg.
I grab their leg and I pull them below the carriage and let go.
Yeah, you see as you pull them down, Percy is currently looking at Brian. You pop up, they go, "Who the bloody hell are you?" And you grab and pull, and you see as you pull, they go, "Oh no." And they fly backwards. Elxidor, you see as Percy with this dark metal clangs backwards down the street behind you as you see the carriage continues to go forward faster and faster.
The whole carriage just like...
Yeah. You see as their leg is run over and you hear as they go, "Bloody hell!" as they grab their leg and are thrown backward with the moving carriage. And your turn?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell, "Heads up! Out the door!"
I got him! You don't have a reaction, so you see as they just pass by.
I'm aware.
you go, "I got him," and you like shift away from them. Oh no!
It's the thought that counts.
I will just activate my Crimson Right on my fists.
Cool. What's the Crimson Right look like?
So the tattoos around my hands start glowing a dark orange, not quite a brown, but still an orange. And it pulls towards my fists and wisps of dark shadow that, when you look through, mirror the universe. Pop out from my fist and little like firecracker, like fireworks streaks out of my fists.
Yes.
And I took 3 points of necrotic damage.
3 points of necrotic damage. Great. And your turn?
End of my turn.
Leo, you're up as you're flying, soaring next to this thing as this dude, this big Earth Genasi is starting to power up.
Well, yes, I'm getting close. Hold on. I think with what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up next to this guy and I'm gonna put my I'm gonna get really close with him, back up and be really close and be like, this might be really weird. I'm really too close. Hi, and as I wave my hand, fire shoots out into his face.
Yeah, go ahead and take a roll.
All right. Oh gosh, actually, is this a thing I roll, or is this? Oh, it's a dexterity saving throw from
big guy.
The guy, yeah.
Okay. Oh, he got a 7.
Oh,
he's not dexterous at all. He's big and hulking.
So you see Leo go up to this guy, and he's like, "Hey," and into his face, and he takes 15 points of fire damage.
Alrighty, 15 points. Oh, fire damage. Let me make sure
And then I have to make a wild magic roll.
Oh yeah, make a wild magic roll.
All right, here we go. Very little chance it'll do it. Oh, good. We're good. We're good. That was almost bad.
Great. As you release the flame into his face, you see as he goes, "No, fire, bang," as he starts to sort of swat at it in general.
Yes,
and your turn?
fire is bad.
Let me make sure I don't have anything else I can do. Yeah, that's it.
Great. Gael, you are up as Annika is bounding.
All right, so clutching onto Annika for dear life, but still they have their journal out, so they're just like, the legs are clenched. So you're gonna see them make a sort of, it looks like a square looking shape, and with a flick of their quill, this sort of golden line sort of come out and materialize 120 feet in front of the cart, and it looks like a big 20 by 20 stone wall. This is a major image.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's major image. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So it looks like a stone wall. It's not, but they don't know that.
Yeah. Well, so just so you're aware, the only two people leading it are currently Brian and Sig. Percy has been thrown backwards.
I understand. I'm trying to trick the Grimmelkins.
Oh, Oh, I see. I completely
I'm playing into the animal instinct of the Grimalkins.
Okay, very, very cool. Thank you for clarifying. I was just like, what? And
No, I'm not trying to kill my friends.
Sense.
Again, it's not real, but I'm trying to trick the animals here.
Okay, you see as it forms this big wall. I'll see if I'll say at initiative 20 of this next coming round is when they will start to have a feeling. Yeah, have a feeling about it, right? Mm-hmm. And your turn, Gale?
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Great. Lastly, we have Elxador as you're surfing behind. You've seen a rapier pass by as you almost cut yourself trying to grab it, and you saw Percy as they ching 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 ching.
I am detaching myself.
What the hell? as they fly off. You detach yourself?
I'm going to detach myself from this carriage, and I'm gonna mano-a-mano fight this guy.
Okay. How do you detach from it?
So I'm gonna try and yank, but realize that I'm still there. So I'm going to try and Tony Hawk style, try and find some type of surfing, chink of the ground, cobblestone, and yank myself out.
Go ahead and give me a athletics check.
Whoa. Okay. There we go. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Hey.
You're able to find just a niche where you're able to dig the sign down in, and you pull the chain back as it flying around.
As I start to slide and slow my descent, as he kind of just continues to roll off, I will cast Compelled Duel, and I said, "You're going to fight me."
What do they have to roll?
He must roll a Wisdom saving throw.
They failed that. That's a 9.
All right. He cannot willingly move 30 feet away from me, and we are
just so you know.
And we are locked in this duel.
Okay. They dust themselves off, and currently they're prone, but they're getting up, and you see as they grab 2 daggers from the sides of their holsters. And you also see as they grab onto a necklace and they pull it up into their mouth, and you see a whistle.
Do I have an action left?
Is Compelled Duel bonus action? Or
it's a bonus action.
Then you have an action.
Okay, cool. Because now I feel like I might die. So I'm going to, what I'm going to do is do I still have movement? Because I know I was just sliding.
Yeah, I would say you still have movement.
Okay, I'll use my movement to where I can get in range with my chain whip. And as I'm going, I'm going to use my foot to try and kick it and have the blade kind of shoot right towards him. Cool. That is a 17 to hit.
It should hit them. Yeah, it hits them.
Awesome. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 points of piercing damage.
9 points of piercing damage. As you kick this thing forward, it stabs down into just where the armor is, almost right into where Brian hit last time. And they're like, "You've got to be kidding me. Stop aiming for these things," as they're trying to pull out the chain.
Don't worry. I pull it out myself, and then I use the momentum to swing it around and do another attack.
Oh, yeah, for your second attack. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you see as it starts flying around. Misses.
All right.
You see as
I graze him with 4 points of slashing damage.
Damn you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're using the weapon mastery.
Yeah, all the different weapon mastery stuff.
Bitch.
So you see as you stab in once, you pull it out. You see as the ichor of the blood drips across, it swings back around. They're able to Matrix style dodge, and it just scrapes past their cheek, cutting into the scar that was already there on the left side of their face. It is now initiative 20. You see as all the Grimalkin start using their feet to stop themselves as the carriage comes to a halt. And you see as this big Earth Genasi man is like, "Babies, why did it stop?" You see as he kicks the door open and he jumps down onto the ground. This dude is a large being. He stands about 9 feet tall. As he comes out of it, he's going to try and grab onto you, Leo.
Oh.
You see as he tries to jump and grab onto your leg. Make an athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Which one's better? Okay. That's not much better. 10.
He got a 13.
Ah.
You see as he grabs onto you and he tries to slam you down into the ground as he brings you down with. You're not going to take any damage from this lichen because you're on Leo's back as he's being pulled down into the ground. So you are going to be dealt 5 points of damage.
Okay.
It's now Percy's turn, who has this whistle in their mouth. I need you, Elxidor, to roll a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh, no. Well, good thing you have a +9 to that. 18.
They start to play it. It's this whistle made out of bone that has 2 or 3 different pipes to it. And as they blow it, it starts to outwards, but you're able to cover your mouth just in time and withstand the sound of this weird alien-like pipe. Now they're going to run up towards you and try and hit you with a dagger.
Shit.
I take it a 10 does not hit.
Nope.
But I take it a 15 does.
Nope.
A 15?
Nope.
I mean,
A 15.
25.
Yeah, that hits.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
25. It was a 19
That's
on the
a-
die plus a 60. Plus a
That's
6.
a difference.
Yes, absolutely. Sorry, my bad. You see as they try and stab with one of the daggers, misses, and comes back around, dealing 6 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a con saving throw for me, please.
Yeah. That's 10.
Okay, you will take all of the extra poison damage then. So that's going to be 15 points of poison damage as they scrape you. You feel as the poison starts to go in and the skin around it starts to gray for a second.
I should have tried to smite you.
That's the end of their turn. You see as this jester-like dude pops out the side over towards you, Gael, and he goes, just because it stops doesn't mean the party does. And he's going to start cranking it up one more time and he's going to try and attack you. They got a 24 to hit. I'm sorry, I'm rolling really, really well right now.
Oh, well.
You're not sorry.
I am not sorry.
We got a dice gel
That's
right there.
14 points of force damage and 6 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, God. Okay.
And you see as they start to crank it one more time. And you see this time, it, instead of a boxing glove, you see as mist forms around. And you just hear his laughter. As he starts running around, you just see shadows in the fog. That's the end of his turn because he can use one of those. Lycan, you are up. As you see, as this big dude just slams Leo down, you are now on the ground in backpack form on top of Leo.
No, you don't. I'm going to get off Leo.
Mm-hmm.
And can I have him make a dex save?
Absolutely, you can.
I want to do an improvised rune.
Nice. Oh, he got a 5. This dude is not next to
So
him.
cool. So for those of you who don't know, an improvised rune essentially means that I get to improvise not a spell, but a rune
Yeah.
casting.
A magical effect. You get to improvise
Yes.
it given the confines in which we have presented you.
Yes.
There's specific rules that they have, but
I'm taking the base of what would be Lycan's beanstalk, but I'm going to call this one upheaval. And you know how roots can split concrete? How this is like an earth genasi?
Yes.
She's going to plant her hands in the ground and roots are going to shoot up around the earth genasi and just kind of weave their way inside of him and start to split him open from the center.
Man. Oh my God.
What tier are you casting this
Second
out?
tier, please.
Second tier. What element are you using?
I'm going to use earth.
Okay,
So D12.
use so that's going to be however many D12.
8 plus 11, 19.
Wow, 19.
19
Damn.
earth damage.
Damn, son.
19 earth damage. And earth damage is not the same thing as bludgeoning damage, just so everyone at home is.
Yeah, we're introducing new damage types.
Yes. They're different types of sigils or elements.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of your turn, like thing, or are you
I'm just
doing
going
something else?
to move up. You're on the ground. You're like Leo's prone.
Yeah, Leo's
Yeah.
prone currently.
I'm going to go over to him and I'm kind of scanning who else might need help.
Okay, dope. Brian, you are up.
All right. How far away is that Earth, Genasi?
The Earth Genasi, I would say, is probably 20 feet.
Cool.
I don't want to be annoying. Is fog cloud still in effect?
Fog cloud is in effect on the left side.
Okay. So it's a really big carriage.
Yeah, it has to be to fit this dude.
I'm gonna like get up, get up and run. Sorry, I can't see it.
You're fine. You're good.
I was being dramatic.
Get up and run along like the top of the carriage and like jump back onto the Earth Genasi and just stab down with my dagger.
Yeah,
sneak attack that bitch.
Go for it.
Oh no!
But you don't get sneak attack because Lycan is directly in front of him. because you have swashbuckler.
No sneak attack. 17 to hit.
That hits.
Excellent.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry, it doesn't hit. You gonna try to take another attack, or what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm just gonna land on the ground next to him, and then try to go from behind him this time. Just stab him in the back, literally.
Try again. And now that you're at the same level and you're not like doing the whole jump thing, I'll give you advantage because he's prone on the ground right now.
Brilliant. And also, I'm using the rapier this time.
Yep.
I'm gonna unsheath it and try to stab a point straight through him.
That's a nice sword.
You can bring it back.
Oh, wow. 17 and 19, so I'm pretty sure I hit that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a plus, so it would be a 25. I would hope that hits.
25 hits. 25 hits.
Rapier is D8. That's 10 damage.
Okay, 10 points of damage. So you see, as you take this rapier, you stab down into him, and you see as it does deal damage, but it seems like not as much as you were hoping as you stab down into him, and he just kind of... Good one. And he starts trying to get up. Is that the end of your turn?
Well, I'm scared now. Yeah. I guess it's the end of my turn.
Cool. You see, as it's now Nissa's turn, they're going to spend their movement to climb down the building that they were on. Actually, no, they're not going to climb down. They're going to stay on top, and they're just going to start shooting. I don't know why. You see, as they are going to, they'll do a spell. They'll do a spell down towards this dude because this dude's kind of formidable. Let me roll for them. Oh my gosh, they got a 10. They miss. You see, as they release an arrow, this arrow starts to form in the bow itself. It turns like a rainbow color, and it shoots down, and you see as flame, ice, electricity all starts to like form out of it, and it hits into the ground right next to him, and they just go, damn it, as they release it and just stand up there. That's the end of their turn. They're going to stay up there getting ready to shoot another arrow. Sig, you are now up.
What objects are within this carriage? I'm just jumping in the back out of the fog.
You just see this is an empty carriage currently that has this velvet, like red sort of interior.
Well, not much I can do then. I'm going to run up to him and just punch him while he's on the ground. Yeah, to Tolt. Hi, friend.
Friend? as you try and slam down.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 absolutely hits. You see as you take your fist and right is your fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take your fist and you try and crack down into his nose.
That is 4 points of bludgeoning and 5 points of 5 and 5.
Yes.
One's bludgeoning, one's necrotic.
As the bludgeoning doesn't crackle down in, but as you have the necrotic almost like flame and spark, you see as it starts to crackle into his eyes, and he's like, no.
I'm going to bonus action grapple.
Cool.
Because I hit him.
This is contested athletics, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, contested athletics. He got an 8, so you tell me what you get.
17 plus something. So.
Yeah, you absolutely grapple him. He's currently on the ground. He's being affected by these roots going through him. Brian is trying to stab down into him as you are now holding him and pinning him.
Yeah, I just put him in an arm lock.
Yeah.
So my legs are like on his face while I'm holding his like right arm.
Yeah, so you're stopping him from using that big thing?
Yeah.
Okay. And your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Leo, you're up as you are now. You're currently prone, so you're going to have to use half your movement to get back up. But currently, he is now prone, kind of next to you. You see as he's getting like just beat the shit out of.
Like I like try to go back up, and my like eye starts to glow. I'm like, no, not again.
Breathe,
okay,
breathe.
And I speak. I'm like, okay, everyone, where's the stone guy?
He's over here.
He's right there. Okay, I let my hands go and I cast lightning bolt.
Oh my god! Cool. What dex check? But he's prone, so he can't. He can't make a dex check.
He can't make a dex check. So
he can't dodge it.
That is 8d6. I mean,
does that hit me?
He dies.
No, because it's arced downward.
Okay.
It's in a 60-foot line for lightning bolt, or a 90-foot line.
Oh,
is that what it is? 90 foot, 60 foot.
I think
lightning bolt.
What? No, it's 100-foot range.
It's 100-foot
long line.
Yeah.
27 points of lightning damage.
God.
Okay.
As I'm just like,
Still
For those
alive.
listening, Avon just made the saddest face.
It was. That's what it was.
We are
just in
supposed to
sound
bring
effects.
these people in alive.
Yeah.
We bring them in alive.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
That's
you're
the
supposed
goal.
to bring them in alive, so make sure you're being careful. But he's still alive as you
Thank God.
down into this dude. You see as he's being shocked and rooted and all these different things
I'm
are
like,
happening.
I'm sorry, and you see the like electricity, like clouds are like shooting inside my body, like just lightning going through. I'm gonna do
Yeah, you hear as he says, "I do not like this. I do not like this," as he's like shaking on the ground.
Just like throwing me around.
Oh dear.
I am wild magic.
How fitting.
Oh boy.
You see,
Let me
Leo
just say a
like
quick
sees
prayer
the
'cause I'm
damage.
next to this guy.
Leo sees the damage he does. He goes, I'm sorry. And you see his body just like shift and do different like shapes and forms. It's like, I'm sorry. And he keeps like getting
Shapes
louder.
and colors.
Shapes and colors. So he like shifts around. Oh, jeez. All right. Here we go. That is a 39 is. Let's find out what 39.
Oh dear.
I'm scared. Oh God.
We turn into chickens.
I need to roll 2d10.
He's rolling more die.
God, somebody stop him.
I thought you were on our side.
That's enough die.
This is a role-playing game. What role am I playing? The victim?
You see, as he's like, I'm sorry. And as like he does that, you see his body pulse green, like with his heartbeat goes through his whole body. I regain, I think 11 hit points.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Okay.
We're so worried.
Feels back in. No.
As I'm like trying to calm myself down and I'm like slowly reforming my body.
Very, very good. End of your turn.
That is, yes.
Alrighty, Gail, you're up and looking bloody.
Boy, am I. So,
You're currently in fog cloud filled
I'm
around you. You
currently-
hear like going around in the different.
Gail is feeling it, and they start whispering something to. They start under their breath saying a prayer to Karmos to protect them, and slowly wind starts to sort of whirl around them in this anxiety. And I'm gonna cast Levitate on myself and go 20 feet upward.
Yeah, you start flying, levitating and floating into the air.
Yeah, I'm an air genasi, so this is my racial trait. Gail is really not that aware that that's what they're doing, and that is my action.
Oh, hey, Gail. I didn't know you were in there.
And your turn, Elxor, you're up. You see as you're fighting Percy, as they're with all their daggers trying to fight against you, still with the sort of death whistle in their mouth.
I drop my chain whip, and it's punching time.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I wanted to say a different one, but that phrase is trademarked.
Yeah, real.
All right, so we got a 16 for the first hit.
That's a 16.
Yeah, I have a +7.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, 16 hits.
Cool. I'm going to divine smite this punch.
Oh shit.
So I'm going to use a second level spell slot. So 3d8, 10. So that's 12. 12 radiant and 5 bludgeoning. All right, second attack will be a dirty 20.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
That's going to be a first level divine smite.
Percy guy.
Alrighty.
4. Ooh, that is a 12 radiant and 5 bludgeoning.
You see as they're like dazed and kind of stumbling, but still are holding on to their daggers. Is that the end of your turn?
That, I don't know. Oh,
As your
that's the end
two?
of my turn.
Okay. It's now Tolt's turn as he is going to try. He uses half of his movement. You see as he deroots himself and gets up off the ground and he says, I don't like any of you. And he's
He's grappled.
Oh, he's grappled, but he's still standing.
Weep womp.
Okay.
He's still able to get.
He's just going to stand up. With
Yeah,
you grappling
he's
him?
a large beast.
Okay,
You're
well-
not slamming him. Like you were trying to hold on to his arm.
Yeah.
So he's not able to grab his weapon,
Cool.
but he's just going to start flinging around. Are you holding on like all limbs to his?
Yeah, so basically my legs are like around his neck,
Yeah.
and then it's forcing his arm straight.
Okay. So this is what he's going to do. So Sig, as you are holding onto this dude, you feel as he lifts his left arm and you start going up with it.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
And he goes, "This will be fun." And he jumps up into the air and slams down. If it's okay, I'm going to count this as both of his attacks. I'll see if both hit, and then I'll do the amount of damage.
Oh.
So does a 13 hit you?
No.
No? There's the second one. Oh my gosh, he completely biffs it. So as he tries to slam down into the ground, you're able to, crawl around his arm, and he slams back into the ground, and he goes, "How'd you get there?" As he looks
Actually,
up.
it's this really fun thing. It's called crawling.
And he just looks just bewildered. That's the end of his turn. It's
get me
Percy's turn now. They are going to try and blow their whistle one more time. Roll a wisdom save for me.
I realize I forgot to do my aura protection for the first time around. Okay, cool. That's a wisdom 27.
Oh my, yeah, it passes. God damn it.
And maybe a 31
You hear as it and more black smoke starts to come out, and you're just absolutely not affected by it.
You need more flute lessons.
It's not a bloody flute, you idiot, as they try and stab towards you. First one is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
That hits. They are going to deal 8 points of piercing damage. Roll a con save for me, please.
Here we go. Cool. 17 plus
You'll take 4 points of poison damage because that's half already.
Awesome.
They're going to try and stab with their other dagger. That definitely hits. They got a 23.
Yeah.
Yep.
That hits.
Yep. Correct. D4 rolling on ground. Okay. Another 8 points of piercing damage.
8.
Roll another con save for me. If I could roll on the actual.
Ouchies. This is starting to hurt. Ooh.
What'd you get?
Okay. So we're gonna. That's 4, 8, 11.
That does not pass. You take 15 points of poison damage as it sears into you.
Can I bend luck?
Yeah, you can bend luck.
I'm going to bend luck. I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points. I see that you're getting hurt. I'm like, stop. And you see a little wisp go and swirl around your head. I had a 1 to your roll.
I still go
so
down.
what, it's a 12?
No,
it does not pass. A 12 does not pass. You take 15 points of poison damage.
I collapse.
Yeah, you see as Elxidor gets stabbed with more poison, and which means compelled duel stops, right?
Yep.
Okay, they're going to use their movement to start booking it 40 feet away. Shit. You see as this person starts running off it into the distance. That was Percy's turn. That's the end of their turn. And you hear the jester, Belis, running around. Where are you? He is going to look through the fog and see on the other side, pops through the carriage as you are all looking around Tolt. So specifically, I think Lycan, you would see him because everyone else is so focused on different areas. Lycan, you see as this creepy clown face slowly goes out. You see his teeth grinning with the red lipstick completely up. And he goes, "Hello there." I need everyone in that area to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Me or not?
Not you.
Yes.
Because you were in a different area.
I am in the air.
What are we doing again? We're doing wisdom. Okay. That is a 13.
Natural 20.
Okay. Anyone who got below a 15, how many people?
Damn it!
So Sig, Brian, and Leo, you see as he starts to crank it, and he goes, "I wonder what will come out this time, right?" And it opens, and as it does, you see as a clock releases and slams, and the 3 of you are affected by the slow spell, which means you get -2 to AC, your speed is halved, and you get -2 to dex saves, and you cannot use reactions. On your turn, you can either use an action or a bonus action, but not both. Okay, that's the end of his turn. Lycan, you're up as you see all of your friends get slowed in this moment.
And I see that Percy's running away.
You see Percy's booking it.
Would I actually see that, though?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Fog Cloud actually dissipates because fog cloud's concentration, and they just cast slow, which is also concentration. So fog cloud's gone. Annika is standing on the left hand side. Gael's up in the air, levitating, and the three musketeers over there. We have or mouseketeers, right? We have Sig, Brian, and Leo are all slowed as Tolt is on the ground.
Yeah, Tolt's already grappled, so Lycan's going to send a root over to Percy and try to grapple him. It's not a spell. Or sorry, not a rune we have already determined. So it's just a dex save.
I would say dex save, yeah.
Okay.
Because they're about 60 feet from you, so yeah, I would say you're able to do that.
Okay.
Dex save.
Yes.
Sorry, I have to make sure that I'm actually rolling stuff. 17.
Yeah, that succeeds.
Yeah, they're just your root tries to grab on, but they're just able to break out just enough that they slip their like tiny ankles through and are able to just keep moving forward. And you see as they put a big bird behind them as they flip you off and keep trying to hobble forward.
How far?
Not full. It's not their turn yet, so they haven't moved. But that's like what they're doing.
How far are they from me, though?
60 feet.
Can I use a bonus action version of Sap Stride to get 30 feet of additional movement,
I would absolutely
like Misty
say
Step
so.
almost?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then...
Yeah, go ahead and describe how Sap Stride looks.
Great question, DM.
We'll come back.
Lycan carves a rune into her shoulder, which just pours sap. And then she takes that sap onto her hand, sticks it between her hands, and then wipes it onto the ground, which creates kind of an open portal that she jumps through. And then another oozing puddle of sap opens about 30 feet away on the ground.
Yeah.
And she appears through that.
Yeah, you see as you form up through the sap.
And then she's going to use the remainder of her move. So I do have a total of 60 feet with that.
Absolutely.
To get closer.
Yeah, you're able to get up to Percy.
Yeah, but I can't do anything else.
Yep,
That's my
it's your turn.
Yep.
Okay, Brian, you're up.
Yeah. If I attack that clown, it's gotta make a concentration saving throw or something, right?
Yeah. He has to make a con save. Yeah.
Excellent. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. So you only get one attack because you're slowed currently.
Yeah. Rapier. Let's make it count. How far away? What's movement? Is my movement's affected by something?
Halved.
Halved. How far away is this clown?
He's in the carriage, so I would say 15 feet.
Excellent.
So you're able to make
exactly what I have. Let's do it.
Oh God!
Did you get a nat one?
Yeah.
That is a nat one.
That's a blunder.
Damn it.
Yeah.
First nat 20.
So
nat one.
as you,
Brian's never been slowed before. It's really
Brian,
scary.
as you're running slowly forward, you trip on Tolt's foot and slowly fall down onto the ground and smash your face into the ground like one of those basketball movies whenever they just miss and they slam down slowly. Yes, as you arc down. That's the end of your turn because you're slow.
I can't do anything else.
Nissa is also up. Nissa is going to what is Nissa going to try and do? Nissa is going to run back to the rooftop they were on before, as they are going to you're lower so you can't hear, but you see as they start to speak and black shadow starts to form in their bow as they hold their bow horizontal and 3 arrows form and shoot out in different directions. They're going to make a roll against 2 rolls against Percy, 1 roll against Tolt. And this is the spell Dark Bolt from Book of Ebon Tides. Thank you very much, Kobold Press. So that is going to be 21 to hit Tolt. So the one against Tolt is going to deal.
That hits?
Yes, it does. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Nick.
Yeah, no, I'll take over DM as your player.
Perfect. Yeah, no, this works. This works great. So that's going to be, 6 points of cold damage against him. Can you just remember that for a second?
Yeah, 6 points.
6 points of cold damage, and he needs to make a con save. Can you make a con save for me, Nick?
Yeah. 11 plus his mod stuff.
Plus his con, which con save he only gets a +3, so he gets 14. So he succeeds. So he's not affected by that. Then they are going to release 2 arrows towards Percy. The first one's a 12, which doesn't hit.
That hits. I think it hits.
It doesn't hit.
Oh. I tried, guys.
God damn it. Nissa missed both times against Percy. That's the end of their turn as you see these 2 arrows of shadow burst off. That's the end of their turn. Sig, you're up. Still wrapped around Tolt's arm.
Still wrapped around his arm.
This hulking 9-foot beast. You're I mean, how tall are you, Sig?
I'm 7 foot.
Yeah, you're 7 foot. So you're really you're kicking his head and you're holding on to his arm.
Speaking of which, I deal 1d4 bludgeoning damage at the beginning of my turn.
Oh, great.
Which is 4.
4.
Doesn't deal a bunch of damage.
But it does something.
You feel as you kick
his head.
Kick into his head, he goes, Stop it. He's trying
to sleep.
All right, what are you doing for turn? You either have a turn or a bonus action because you're slowed.
I'm gonna do my bonus action. I'm gonna use one of my blood maledict actions.
Okay.
I'm gonna invoke it and amplify it. So I'm gonna take 1d6 necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Where is it? I gotta find it. Doobie.
Searching for things. Yeah, we're searching for some things to find some things.
I found it.
Nick was like, oh no. Everyone else just joined.
I did not.
Nick, I fear we are theater kids. I fear you are playing at a table of theater kids.
Yeah,
I'm going to amplify it, so I take 1d6 necrotic, which is 5. Ouchie. Basically, all the tattoos on my body glow bright orange as all these wisps start connecting and holding Tolt into place. I'm going to do the blood curse of binding.
Okay, so what does he have to do? Con save, dex save?
I'm not sure.
Or is he just afflicted?
I can't find it. I thought I found it.
Searching for some things. Yeah, we're searching for some things. Yeah, search. Gotta search some things. You gotta find some things. Because if you don't find things, then
it's a strength. It's a strength saving throw.
What type of saving throw?
Strength.
Okay.
DC 13.
He got an 18.
Damn.
Dang.
Well,
that did not work.
Comedy works in things.
Well, I'm not running away anymore because that's going to hurt me more than hanging on.
Good call. But that's the end of your turn.
That's the end of my turn.
Yep. You see as it tries to keep him down. Yeah. Roll your save. It's a wisdom save. 17. You pass.
I'm going to immediately use my reaction.
Okay, what's your reaction?
I'm gonna poke him in the eyes and do the blood curse of the eyeless.
Yeah, you're able to use your reaction. What's he have to do?
Nothing.
He's just blinded.
On the next turns of his, I subtract 1d6 from his rolls, and I'm amplifying it, so it's both of his attacks, and that's 5 damage to me. That's ouchies. That
is now your turn, Leo.
Oh, hey.
Tolt is still on the ground.
How far is the jester from me?
15 feet from you, as we established. Cool. So Brian is currently in front of Beelus, who is the jester character,
awesome.
But he's 15 feet.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw of 14?
Yes, he can make a wisdom save. 21.
You slime, motherfucker!
I was gonna hold person on him.
Yeah, he's not. It doesn't phase him. You see it. How do you try and cast hold person?
I'm like, welcome to my world. Never mind.
Yeah, no magic sparks, and he goes, "What was that?" As he looks to you, Brian. And your turn, Leo. Roll your wisdom save against slow.
Yeah. Let me do that. Oh, that's a 9.
That's a 9. You were not able to pass. Next up, Gail.
So how far do you think the jester guy is from me?
The jester. So you're still currently floating.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say 30 feet.
Amazing. So, Gail's gonna scribble something in their book really fast, and with their quill flick, shink, 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 and a bunch of these illustrative.
Yes.
Is that a word? Thank you.
Yeah.
Illustrative looking, a bunch of these illustrative looking daggers fly out of their book and move towards the jester guy and spin around him. And with a moment, shink, and this is Cloud of Daggers.
I love that.
Emphasis on the shink.
Yeah.
On the shink, shink. And so.
And that'll affect that when they start their turn, yeah?
Yes, a creature, or when its turn starts. Okay, yep. So I'll be rolling that in the meantime.
Great. All right, Alexador, roll a death save for me, please.
Yeah.
And can you come over here and can you do it in front of me?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What about that?
Huh?
Oh,
Alexador is still on the ground.
Yeah.
Nobody has gotten him up.
Wait.
I said I went down, guys.
I did not hear that.
I don't have healing magic.
Come over here.
Can't do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, just so
useless.
so
It's on me,
our
It's
homebrew rule is that we have the death save is viewed by the afflicted player, and I can't tell you what it is. So you guys, don't know what's going on. And we have a little memory that I have to do as well.
I'm so sorry about this, guys.
No, it's fun.
What?
Memory
Because
if you fail.
this is the rule I established, and
No,
the
I
camp-
like it. It's
What
No,
are
it's
the
great.
memories?
What's wrong with the memories?
I know, but like it sucks now being the player.
Oh, it's sad, yeah.
No, Nick made a bad face.
I did not make a bad face.
Nick, at Alexador,
Yeah.
as you are unconscious, you start to fade a little and you start to go back through your memory. Can you tell me a memory you have of whenever you were little?
Oh, when I was little. Yeah. Okay. So, I would probably go back to the time where I was trying to do good with my district in the Zillianac district, which is a district known in Chronomancer to be kind of like the slums and really poor. So a lot of people hate individuals in the Zillianac district. And I'm thinking of a time when I got to work with the Lucent Moon Whisper to create a farmer's market and / greenhouse for like fresh food ingredients. That he worked alongside High Priest Rakal Rainsong, who is a Spriggan and the cardinal priest of Orsphira.
You remember back to this time as you're going through these different like produce items, helping. So, this is to give back to the people, yeah.
Mhm.
So you're helping to go through, and you see as this Spriggan man comes over to you. He's more of like he's not as big as a tree, but he has a lot of different tree barks to him. He has birch, he has cherry wood, he has dark oak. All of these different things that are kind of amalgamating to twine into a being. He has these pupils of utter black, and he grabs onto you and he goes, "Boy, this is a good task. Do well by these people, and the people will do well by you." And you fade from the memory.
End of my turn.
Okay. Tolt stands up once more, holding Sig in his arm.
Put me down, but gently.
And he can't hold on to his weapon because you're still in his arm, so he can't use his other attack that he typically has. He's going to try and slam down once more into you. Oh yeah,
What's that roll?
he failed. He got a 11.
Yeah. Okay.
The second attack. Oh my god, he got another 11. So bad. He's so bad right now. He's like super blind right now. He's like trying to wipe it out of his eyes as you're like poking down into him.
He's so
Like dirt,
pocket dirt as he slams back down into the ground, and he's like, "Why won't you come off?" as he's like trying to slam you down into the ground.
Nap, Brandon. We'll all be okay.
I don't want a nap, mother. As he's like starting to hallucinate. He's getting super woozy. So currently, Lycan, you are next to Percy. It is Percy's turn. Percy is just going to try and continue to get away because they are They are super bloody right now. This blood is pouring out of them in the 2 different spots they've been hit. They completely got blindsided when Elxador tried to hit into them. So they're going to try and keep running for 40 feet away because this character can't take a dash action. So you see as they run 40 feet, you can take an opportunity attack if you would like.
Yes.
So I can do a rune.
You can do a rune.
Okay.
If it's a reaction-based rune.
Oh, I don't really have any of those.
Then you can't do a rune.
Well, what if we made one?
Then you can improvise a rune if you would like to.
What would quantify as a reaction? Like, I don't know what
Trippin'.
amount of power.
With a vine?
It's just a normal rune, and then we'll talk about it.
So
Right.
could I try to entangle his legs and trip him?
Yeah, I would say as a reaction you could cast that. I would say it would be a first tier.
Yeah.
They need to make a dex save, I would assume.
Yes.
They got another 11.
Okay, so then I succeed.
Yeah, they fail. So are you trying to
they
trick
fail,
them and
yes.
make them go prone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, it's like a grapple
You
situation.
can, you
yeah,
can
that
grapple.
would be what I'd want.
Absolutely, yeah. So the root forms around their ankle and they're unable to move and they say, please, love, I need to get out of here. As they're trying to break out of it.
And I need you to come with me, so.
As they gruff. Next up is Belis right in front of you. Belis is going to...
Excuse me, Belis is going to take 15 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
Let's do the sound again. Shink!
Yep. Belis takes 15 points of damage as you slice around. They have to make a concentration. And they fail. As he fails, he sees all these knives. He goes, and you see as all the knives slice up into him, and the slow spell breaks on Leo and Brine. So he's still going to use his turn as seeing everyone else kind of pop out of it. He's going to crank it one more time and release. I need everyone over there to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please. The 3 of you.
I'm going to cast counter spell.
You see as he starts to crank it and he goes, and he releases it. And as he does, what do you do to counterspell?
You see Leo's like, stop, without knowing, it fully just freezes in the air. And he's like, oh.
You see as this bulb of black smoke starts to go out in the center. And as you stop it, Leo, it flies completely away. And he goes, that's not fair. As he starts to try and crank it back up.
You're not fair. And as he says that, you see a glitter kind of fill his hand. He's like, oh no. I'm going to do another wild magic roll.
Okay, go for it.
We're okay.
Okay, that's the end of his turn. Lycan, you're up. You're right in front of Percy as they're trying to get away.
Does it look like he's going to stay there? They. So sorry.
You're okay.
I do need a spring.
I was thinking about
Please do.
They look like they're currently grappled by this route.
Yeah.
They're trying to continue to get away.
No.
One moment, stay right there, please. And I'm going to rush over to
Elxador.
Oh, why, thank you.
How far is he from me, though? He's not far.
Not far at all. Only, I would say, 20 feet.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they started running away from that.
Yeah. Okay. We've not talked about this, but my 4 sigils are vitality, poison, necrotic, and earth.
Yes.
So Lycan's going to pluck a blossom from her crown.
Yeah.
And draw a rune into her hand and kind of dip the stem in her sap and then put the blossom on Elxador's chest. And the blossom shrivels as the life force of the flower goes into his chest.
Very
So you get 7 hit points. You see another Spriggan looking back at you.
Oh.
You okay?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay, we gotta go take care of him now.
Yeah, and I just start to scramble up and come here.
Yeah, you see as Percy is just standing there woozy, just trying to get the root off of their foot, but they're losing blood by the second.
Oh, that's not good.
Nope.
That was such flowers gonna make
Oh, yes. I love that movie.
Copyright. Brian, it's your turn.
All right, this clown. Is there any feasible way that I can get this stupid Jack-in-the-Box away from him.
Absolutely. You can make a contested athletics or acrobatics if you want.
Acrobatics for sure.
Try and take it out of his hand.
Snatch it.
Absolutely, that's what I'm going to do.
Doing
Absolutely.
cartwheels to take
All
it out of
right.
his hand.
He will also make...
Yes! That is a 27.
Holy shit.
Got him.
He only gets a 10. So how do you take this? Do you just...
Yeah, I pretty much, I go up to him and I'm just like, stop playing like that, matey. And then I'm going to just grab it with both my hands and run away.
Okay. Just, you just start booking it?
Wait, hold on. I got to think about what I'm actually doing.
Let me rephrase.
Let me try again. What? Can I just like throw it away from
Yeah, you can throw it.
I'm just going to, you want this? You want this, lad? Do you? Go get it! And I throw it.
As he tries to like try and grab onto it.
I'll throw it towards Sig. Yeah, for sure.
I'm monkey in the middle.
I catch it on my turn?
Oh my gosh, monkey in the middle.
I would say it's you'll on your turn you'll have to roll an athletics check to try and catch it.
Cash money.
Yeah. All right.
We need to beat these guys up.
Okay.
I think that's what we're doing. No.
All right. Next up is Nissa. Nissa is going to try and shoot at Percy. They start to form a magical arrow of light that has a rubber end on it as they start to try and shoot down into their temple. God, can I roll with Nissa today, please? I beggeth thee.
Do you need the dice, Joe?
Yeah, use the DM dice that you've been succeeding so well.
Give me a second. Let me just see how much it's gonna. Okay, that's 16. That hits. No, that hits. Sorry, I forgot they had a +8 to hit whenever it comes to just their normal longbow.
Oh,
and you just see as they release this rubber-tipped arrow, and it boom smacks into the temple of Percy, and they collapse down to the ground, unconscious, not dying, unconscious.
Cool.
That's the end of
We got one.
Nissa's turn. Sig, you're up.
I'm going to try and catch this.
Yeah, roll in athletics. It's not going to be that's a natural 20. You easily snatch it, and what do you do with it?
Oh my god, this is fun. I'm going to improvise weapon it onto...
Yes, go ahead and try and slam it down into Tull.
This is... Everything I'm doing from now on is non-lethal.
Yes, absolutely.
9.
Wait, I have a thing.
You're currently 40 feet away from him, just so you know.
40 feet? Ooh, this might not work.
Figuring out things. Searching for something. Searching for
It's like podcast time.
Yeah, I know.
You're going to include that. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I will.
I don't know how many of those you're going to include. You got to pick at least a few.
Oh, it's going to be 2 or 3.
Searching for some things on Spotify. No.
If you guys join the Patreon, we will drop the full song.
I absolutely would do that.
I'm totally doing
Yes,
that.
Alcinor.
Never mind, I didn't have anything.
He just wanted us to be quiet.
Okay,
We wrote
so
a whole song.
all right, so you miss.
Yeah, I like pick it up, and then as I start to bring it down, Tolt moves a little bit, so I have to like let go with one, and I just drop it, and I have to like grab back on.
Yeah, you're easily able to grab on and hold on to the box itself.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna punch him the second time. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right. So that's 10 necrotic.
Okay.
And 13 bludgeoning.
Okay. How would you like to knock him out?
We got another one. So I'm holding on to his left arm currently. Yeah. And I kind of just like stand up on his arm, just like a surfboard almost. And then as I'm holding the jester's box in one hand, I just fully reel back and I punch through him as hard as I can, straight on the jaw, just ding, 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 lights out, and he just collapses as I like hop off. Like I step off like Jack Sparrow steps off his sinking ship.
Absolutely, you boom, knock him out. He falls and the ground shakes around him from how tall and heavy he is. And you see as he falls, Belis puts his hands up in the air and he goes, "All right, you got me." As you stand over the defeated trio, 3 figures start walking up from the corner of your eyes. One is familiar. He is a gnomon man who has frazzled dark brown hair with streaks of gray above his fluffy sideburns, similar to that of Mr. Fantastic. His face carries a heavy unibrow that rests above his dulled eyes, and their heavy eye bags that rest beneath. His nose is rosy with a multitude of 5 o'clock shadow that buds throughout his chin. In addition, he wears a tattered white tunic that has a brown sweater vest with triangular patterns visible as his crude pipe bubbles with smoke from its whittled bowl. You would recognize this to be Riker Smuggs, the owner of the Little Guy Private Eye Detective Agency. In other words, your meek boss and friend. Beside him, you see 2 guards dressed in the dark aquamarine and gold detailed traditional Agoshan watch armor. You would know these to be more like the cops of the town that are actually hired by the city itself. One is a fire genasi woman with pale skin. Her hair is lit aflame with reds and oranges that are lightly seen escorting her sharp chin. To the left of her, you see a smaller man about 5 feet tall. He is a green-skinned half-orc who seems to be on the younger side, as you can see the brimming light filling his youthful blue eyes. Belis holds his hands up. You see as Riker, the small gnomon man, walks up and he goes, "Freeze where you are, Little Guy Private Eye Detective on the case." As he looks real serious for the first time you've ever seen him look serious in his life, he says, "Good job, guys. Really good teamwork. This here is Callista," and you see as he points over to the fire genasi woman. "And this here is Leslie." And you see Leslie, the half-orc man, he raises his hand. He goes, "Oh, hello there. My name's Leslie, or you could call me Les." Big fan. You see as he starts coming around, shaking your hands, and as he does, Callista says, "Les, we need to make sure that we have all of these convicts in hand right now. Make sure to round them up." "You betcha." You see as he starts grabbing Belis and starts putting these sort of handcuffs and shackles on him that have almost a purple hum to them and look. As they latch on, they kind of take off the ability to project magic. It's like a small anti-magic shackle that he's put in, and Percy is gathered up as more Agoshan watch members start coming in and grabbing people.
I use my lay on hands, like 1 point to make sure he doesn't bleed to death.
Yes. They take Percy off, and you see as a bunch of people have to bring a cart to put Tolt in to even get him.
Oh, yeah, and I'd definitely help out with that.
Yeah, everyone's helping. You see as Nissa starts climbing down, and you see as Callista looks to you all, and she goes, "Thank you for your help. I truly appreciate everything you've done for the DMC and for the Agoshan Watch today. Good work, detectives."
Thank you.
Hey, do you need this box? Is this one of the items?
Absolutely. You see as she takes it and she gives it to another lackey of the Agoshan Watch. "Yes, ma'am," and starts taking it away. And you see as Les walks up to you after he's apprehended everyone. "Yeah, so I was wondering, what was it like taking down the Epsilon? Oh, well, and Triple Threat."
It was cool, I guess, and then Leo gets nervous thinking about the whole Epsilon thing. It pans back to the building on fire.
Yeah.
It's it was just it was easy.
It was quite exciting. There was a chase after him, and then we fought him in this big tower with his lackeys trying to fight us on the 2nd floor, and Gail and I were there fighting him mano a mano.
And Gael looks, half of their face is just bruised, and they go, "All in the name of upholding justice, one of the most important doctrines of Karmos."
Well, it's pretty cool stuff you guys did there. And it's really nice to meet you. And you see as he gives you another handshake.
"Hey, could you do me a favor?"
"Oh, yeah. What is it?"
I seem to be missing my cloak and rapier. If you could, I would really appreciate it.
They
both have property of Sig carved into them.
Absolutely.
They're somewhere down this road. I would.
Absolutely. I'll go take care of that right now.
You're awesome.
Yeah. Of course. Anything for you guys. Yeah. If you need anything down in my precinct, let me know. I'm in the Escort district.
Are we famous? I don't remember.
I like to follow articles from time to time. So I just saw you guys did some stuff. But yeah, sorry, I'll go get that. You see, as
You're awesome.
and Les kind of runs off.
You see Leo turn light blue. He's like, oh my gosh, are we famous? Oh my gosh, are we famous?
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
So after this fight, does anyone want cocoa chews? I have a little snack for after fights.
As he opens snacks.
Yeah, this is quite delicious, Elxidor. Very, very, very good job. But hey, guys, I need to go handle some papers down at the precinct to make sure that we get everything in order, and so that we get our pay for today's event. I'll meet you back in Little Guy Private Eye if you want to meet up there.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And you see as Riker begins to walk off with the rest of the Agosian watch. What do you all do?
Hey, Elxidor, you look kind of beat up. Do you want to go?
Yes. Do you need medical assistance or anything?
I should be fine, and I use my magic and I give myself a couple more hit points for my lay on hands.
Looking at Gale. I'm really spent. She's like got lots of sap all over her. But if you want, you can eat this flower. It might help you a little bit.
Oh, all right. And so they take it very gingerly and put it on their tongue.
I won't look.
What happened?
Just kidding. It doesn't do anything.
Oh, you just got pranked.
Whoa.
Gale glares so aggressively at you.
Sorry. Well, normally it would do something. I just never mind.
It's okay. You did a good job. He like puts it on his shoulder and he's like, sorry, that was
It's
hard.
a little sticky.
No, yeah, sorry. That's a little sticky. Just like wipes it off. It kind of like goes into him. He's like, oh, well, you know, yeah.
Yeah. What time is it?
I would say it's about around noon. And you would see as Nissa walks over to you, Sieg, and says, "Are you all right, Sieg?"
I'm doing okay. Are you okay?
I'm doing perfectly fine. I just wanted to make sure. I saw you get run over by a cart. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
That actually didn't really hurt. I
didn't.
No, I grabbed on one of the Gremlkins at like the right moment, and I just kind of jumped out of the way and then grabbed onto the bottom. So
All right.
Yeah.
Feeling fully all right?
I'm feeling fully all right.
Just checking.
Yeah. I be fine too, in case he was wondering.
Holy cow.
I truly wasn't. As Nissa says it over towards you, Brian.
Yeah. Well, Temptations, anyone?
Oh,
go to
yes, that's the
Temptations.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I like that. And you see like just a flash of yellow goes through him.
Shawarma?
So yeah, if you guys want to head over to Temptations, let me quickly go ahead and get that.
Let's get that menu.
Could Gale possibly break up from the group? Because if left to their own devices, they're going to go back to the church and get something from the healers.
Yes,
There.
just give me 1 second.
Yes, no, absolutely. Deal with them. I was just making sure that was okay.
Yeah, no, that's
Fantastic.
absolutely fine. All of you start heading towards Temptations. Temptations, as you get there, you see is this nice little restaurant. Supported by gray wood foundations, this little bakery can be found with lilac and white color palettes that span across its cottagecore aesthetic. With seating outside, Temptations' open format and brilliant windows allow passing travelers to see the bountiful pastries that rest in the well-cared-for case for all to dream of. Temptations, being a small business itself, is very avant-garde with its delightful little treats. The owner, Rentra Epsi, tries to use her magical skills to bestow blessing effects that allow each of her customers to get a lovely experience upon every visit. And as you walk in, you're able to get whatever, whether it be dragon's breath croissants, breeze puff pastries, fairy dust cupcakes, cosmic creme brulee, and more. So, that's in Telona, right?
Temptations?
No.
House of Solstice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gale, as you start trekking through the Eskric district in the heart, you pass through the Eskric Plaza and you make your way back through the city, down into the Telona district, which is where the House of the Solstice is, your home, where you currently stay and where you work. Nick, I'm going to let you take over DMing this portion because you know more about this.
That's a cool thing. I like this code DMing is pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
Anyway. Yeah. All right, let me get my little map out.
Crazy.
Hold on, I need to go to my notes. I'm glad I'm actually kind of prepared for this.
Yeah, this is good.
That's why, because I was like, Nick.
I was a little bit like, Nick, I'm going to spring this on you. I hope that's
All good.
fine. But it is what Gail would do.
Yeah, okay. So, you make your way into the Tolona district where, as you're passing by, there's a lot of blue slated buildings in this district. And just because it kind of goes with the vibe of the House of the Solstice. And as you're making your way down Main Street, you pass this with many people, with many races going by. You actually see a couple Arcanics, surprisingly enough, in this city full of Genasi, orcs, and changelings. As you go by, you see off to the right is this statue dedicated to a decorated war hero in the area. You haven't paid too much attention to it just at this moment because it usually doesn't pertain to the House of the Solstice, as you usually don't travel out much besides some tasks that you were given. And as you keep going, you pass by the Wishbone, which is a well-known magic shop that is very clear, and you go by another house, and then you finally get to the House of the Solstice. It is this gray stone building that has 4 kind of like spires. You know, like with the castles that have, I forget what exactly they're called, but like the edges of the castle, there are 4 spires there.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then in the very center is this large kind of like semicircle spire that goes out and reaches out to the top of it. And as you go along this large stone stairs that kind of act as like a little platform before you actually get inside, you travel in. And when you do, you are met with, actually, let's go to the notes. You said it's noon?
Yes, it's noon.
Yeah, because I know that we have a noon thing going on.
We do have a noon thing.
So glad you asked all these questions for us. Right? Justice is usually worshipped around midday when the sun is at its height. This being the strictest of ideals forms itself through trials of conviction similar to that of a court trial. The worshippers bring convicted people to hold an analysis of fair judgment to those who've done wrong. So as you come in, you actually see this little court session going on. And when you enter, it is this grand hall that has a bunch of pews. It is a very open space, probably like a 60-foot tall ceiling. And you can see a bunch of stained glass where you can see the sun shine in with rays going around. And besides the side that you entered in, on the other walls is a section dedicated to each domain of Karmos. So I believe we had it on the left side was the domain of death, right side is domain of life, and in the middle is the domain of justice. As you come in, you see that there is the bishop, Malus Korn, who you know to be as a fierce and unyielding bishop, who used to be a knight that serves at the hand of divine justice, believing that true justice is born swift and impartial. He is feared by wrongdoers and respected by the righteous. Known for his stern demeanor and his dedication to the strict codes of law and order, he wields a ceremonial gavel engraved with ancient runes, believed to be the channel of the will of Karmos itself in every verdict he delivers. You see that currently he is finishing up this petty theft of, there's in Guion Square, this is a place where people gather, and that is overlooking the aqueduct. And there are some stalls there, so you can kind of gather that most petty theft comes from there. So you do see a thief that has been known to have a couple of charges, and Malus says, "You are sentenced to 50 hours of public service." And you see that like this yellow golden light shines down as he slams on this imaginary space of a table. And when you assume like wherever that table hits, boom. And you see that this thief seems to be almost charmed, like we're in this state where he's like, yes, I must do that. I will immediately go. And a couple of the clerics kind of take him off, and what you know is that they take him to Adwick Keep, where the Thanes and a Goshen Watch can go about that process for his punishment. So yes, you come in. What are you trying to do?
So Gail notices this happening but doesn't really want to get in the way, so they're gonna sort of skirt around the edge towards wherever the sort of like nurses' quarters type place. I assume there would be some place that's like a hospital within the church. Would I be right?
Yes, there's in the life domain, there actually is like a little section where you can find a bunch of ailments, health potions that are dedicated to healing practitioners.
Yes, so Gail's just gonna make their way over there.
Awesome. When you do, you see a bunch of vials. There are like reds, blues, yellows, even some greens as well. And that kind of almost look like sludge a bit. Like, those are for the icky, poisonous scrapes that people would get. What are you looking to get?
Something that's gonna replenish my health points, please.
Of course.
Because I have 5 right now.
Yeah, I'd say if you want to, you can probably grab maybe 3 to 4 regular health potions. Just nothing that will take away from the church itself, but you do have to mark out you're taking these for that. So just keep track of inventory.
Okay.
Yeah. And I assume you make your way back out, right?
Yeah, I suppose we said that we were going to meet at Temptations and then meet Riker at Little Guy Private Eye?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think Gail's gonna go ahead to Little Guy Private Eye. Is that okay for your story, or do you want?
Yeah, that is fine. Yeah. As you start to make your way and you finally gather some your health potions, and you kind of, however, if you stuff them in a certain area or you just want to carry them, as you're making your way out, you do notice Tovi off in the distance, who was kind of just making her rounds towards the life domain. But what do you do?
Gail's gonna duck behind the nearest thing that they can duck behind. I don't know if there's a pillar or something. Just make sure that she doesn't see them.
Yeah, and maybe make a perception check for me.
Okay. Perception. That is math. 15.
15. Okay.
You have a +8.
I am a +8 to perception. I'm good at 2 things: details and religion.
You're able to definitely perceive Tovi way ahead before she perceives you, and you're able to duck between this pillar and a pew, and Tovi kind of passes by. Maybe for a brief second, you might think that Tovi might have noticed you, but is not acknowledging or something like that. But you're not going to take that opportunity to find out. And you make your way towards Little Guy Private Eye. Back to you, Haven.
Yeah. As you are all sitting in Temptations, you're able to get your food and everything like that. Do you want to talk about anything in particular, or do you think you are just going to eat, chit chat, and then head on your way back?
How well known would you say that you think other people think we are?
I don't know.
Well, actually, question then. With the whole thing in Epsilon, was the depths revealed to the city?
Yeah. So in discovering Epsilon, the depths was not. So just so everyone at home knows, underneath the city of Chronomanther, that there is a city beneath or below that only certain people can get into through certain people who have this job known as the boatmen. The boatmen are the only people who know all of these different areas and how to actually get into the depths, and they would rather die than give up the secrets of how to find the depths itself. So whenever this entire news article went, it did not include anything about the depths because the Ocean Watch knows about the depths, but does not want to wants to make sure that those who don't know about it don't end up finding out about it, so that more people aren't going towards the black market and towards the undercity and trying to find their way down there, and so that it doesn't cause a mass chaos, that there is a bunch of crazy stuff that still goes on in this highly militant city.
Yeah.
So that they don't look any weaker in the public eye.
Yeah, well, I would say that the guild knows about us and will probably make some effort towards us, but I think we're building a good name for ourselves in this city.
But not too much of a name, right?
I don't believe so. I think that could have been a possible outlier as it were. I mean, unless you're truly paying attention to all of the newspapers and remembering our name, I truly doubt that.
And we're only one investigation in one district. I mean, there's many others as well, so probably not.
It does have to be a little good for business, though.
Yeah.
I would assume so. Yes.
Like, I don't want to be unknown.
Yes, but
popularity suits me.
I mean, granted, the fact that I have not seen any of our pictures or anything like that in the newspaper, maybe our detective agency, yes, is getting a little popularity slowly but surely, but they don't know who we are.
Yeah. I don't want to be like heroes or anything.
No, not adventurers, just investigators.
Yeah.
Yes, that is not my thing.
Yeah. He eats the unicorn macaroon, but he like squeezes in his hand again. You see the little like gallop of the little astral unicorn, and then
You absorb the food.
Yep. Because people don't know. I can do it normally, but I can do it through any part of my body. It just kind of dissolves into my skin and into my being.
When
I eat stuff, yeah.
And Adam, or Leo, is known as what's called an arcanic. An arcanic is a being made of pure magic with one soul eye in its center that has flesh, but is somewhat like you can kind of almost go through it, but it has a little bit of like surface tension to it. And they were born out of whenever the elves were maladied with runes across their body and were turned into these barbarians. The magic had to go somewhere in their body during the war between the dragons and the elves.
Mm-hmm. Lord Dump.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's all you'll get for now. Moving forward.
So, I would say after a while, you are able to eat all of your stuff. You're able to get up, and you end up starting to walk through the Eskric district. You begin your trek back through the city of Chronomancer, dipping and diving through the alleyways that find yourselves in the heart of the city itself, the Eskric district, as we've said before. Full of life, laughter, and love, you see the many townsfolk pass by and barter with one another as you roam these people-filled streets. As you glide forth, everyone, please roll me perception checks.
Absolutely.
Hi-ya! Ooh.
What? Sorry, I'm not here.
You're all good.
Oh, don't worry. I have a plus.
I'm just going to go down the line.
Did you say perception?
Perception.
Well.
What'd you roll?
10.
19.
13.
Nat 1.
Ooh.
16.
16. Okay. So this first thing I'm going to say, you see it if you're above a 10. If you're below a 10, you don't see it.
Oh, damn.
As you walk ahead through the crowds, you are all able to see banners fluttering above the heads of the crowd. With dark aquamarine and gold colors, you see as each one shows the picture of a man with a black plague mask shaking hands with Chancellor Lovdi, the appointed leader of Chronomancer itself.
That's a silver plague mask.
Sorry, silver plate mask. Lovdi can be seen in his royal aquamarine robes and his rock-like face with its chiseled angles show in the picture. The text beneath the photo reads, "Welcome, Senator Tyvar Krell." Anyone above a DC 14, as your friends are looking to the flags above, you spot a moving hulk of metal working its way through the crowd to your left. Made of pure adamantine, this suit of armor stands at a whopping 9 feet tall, the same size as Tolt, who you had just fought not terribly long ago. Where a head should be, there is only blue flame rather than... So it has a big helmet and blue flame that juts up through it. You would know this being to be an Infernonaut, sent by the goddess of rebirth and redemption, Harthus herself. Harthus created the Infernauts as troops of her army. Their sole purpose is to seek out rekindled, constructs that use the souls of sinners in the past wars to give them a second chance who have squandered her grace by committing the same sin they originally committed in their past life. That's what the Infernauts are looking after. Upon seeing its brilliant blue flame, you would also know that the color of the flame relates to the weight of the sin. The hotter the flame, the cooler the color, the harsher the crime. As you spot these things, you also hear and see 2 other things. Everyone would see and hear these 2 things. not just the DC 14 people. The first thing you see in here is to the right. A dwarven child with a tiny beard stands on a newspaper stall, waving with paper in hand as he shouts, "Extra, extra! Word from Strathfos says that the seas are turning gray. Read all about it." And as he says that, Brian, you begin to feel something tugging at the edges of your black duster. At the bottom.
Oh, the bottom. Okay. I look down to see what's...
As you look down, you see a small humanoid with a misshapen head and a small trunk that kind of falls. Not like... think of... I'm trying to think of how to explain this.
Baby elephant from Zootopia.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
I'll show you what I mean. For those of you at home, the way I'm thinking about it is those dinosaurs... those sort of dinosaurs in Ice Age that have the small trunks that go in front. You know what I'm talking about? I will provide a picture to my players.
Mammoths?
I love a little picture.
What?
Mammoths?
No, not like an actual long trunk, like a small little like schnoz of a trunk.
Yeah, it's like it's the opening scene.
It looks like this. It has yeah. So you look down to see a small humanoid with a misshapen head and a small trunk that falls down to their chin. Their yellowed, lanky arms slightly tug on the edges of Brian's duster as they speak up, moving their dark cloth hood to reveal two slit pupils with an orange hue. "Excuse me, sir. You wouldn't happen to have any change to spare, would you?"
I daggers, and I just do a head nod.
You're telling me to give him change?
Yes, yes, I am. I am telling you to do that.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna like performatively like put my hands in my pockets and be like, "Oh, let me check for you, mate." And I feel the one gold piece, the singular gold piece that I have on my person.
Oh my gosh!
I glance over at Elsidor, and I'm kind of like communicating with my eyes, not with words or my mouth. I'm kind of like, do I have to? Is this like really important that I do this?
You can't say things. You're. I know what you're saying.
But, like communicating with my eyes.
Yes.
I don't know. Can I make an insight check to see if I get that?
This thing's gonna make an insight check too.
It's a 5.
Roll a deception check.
Okay. Oh, no problem. No problem. Nat 20.
Oh yeah, he can't tell. He's just grabbing onto your duster as he looks up to you. He's about the same size as Lycan. He's about 3 foot tall.
I just have my
Leo like kind of turn around and she's like, "This is weird. This is weird." And then you see out of like his hips a bunch of coins just start spewing out of his side. He's doing prestidigitation to make illusionary coins come out of his.
Okay, as they start spilling, he goes, "I thank you, kind sir." He starts grabbing it and stuffing it into his pockets.
Yeah, it's basically just a non-magical trinket. It is a physical gold coin, but it has like the word Leo on it written in like Comic Sans.
Oh, so like, but he can feel them, right?
Yeah, he can feel them.
Okay.
Eventually, they will disappear, though.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
he's able to do this, and he grabs one of the coins and he bites it.
Uh-oh.
Is it actual gold?
I mean, the thing I have here is this: you create a non-magical trinket or illusionary image that can fit in your hand that lasts until the end of your next turn.
So like 6 seconds?
About.
As he bites down into it, it disappears. Interesting.
Don't. A tiny coin goes out the side.
All right, little lad. You pulled my leg. You're tugging my leg. I get it. I pull out the one singular gold coin that I have, and I flip it into his hand.
You see as he grabs it out of the air, he grabs it. "Thanks, mister." And he puts it in his pocket, and he starts walking away. And Leo, as he starts walking away, he places his hand on your leg, and he goes, "I hope you have a good day." And he starts walking away. As you hear off in the distance, "Extra, extra, word from Strathfos says the seas are turning gray, you sir." And then as he says you sir, he points to you, Sieg. And as he does, you see as it's just, he's like this little newsboy cap on. He's got like short hair that juts out and like a small little like beard that's kind of carved nice. "You sir, would you like a newspaper?"
I mean, why not? And then
Perfect. That's gonna be 2 gold, 2 silver.
all right, two silver
Yeah, 2 silver.
for you, my friend. I'll give you 3.
Oh, and the gentleman too. You see as he puts away the silver coins.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a
Yeah,
read.
so you look at the top headline and it says, "Seas are turning gray." Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Do I see that headline at all?
I would say you do.
Okay. I'm gonna just like. Oh, no, you're really tall, aren't you?
Yeah.
I was gonna just like go over your shoulder and try to read it. I'm gonna go under your arms and like poke my head at it. So like,
Brian, if you just wanted to.
Wait, can you share with me? 3 foot. Looks like
I
you.
put him in my lower arms and like.
You see as you like crouch down, like we're all stopping kind of like in like a huge crowd of people in the middle of the Esprit district.
God.
So as you crouch down, Nissa unfurls her 2 other arms below and like just creates a big like just stands behind you and is kind of covering everyone to make sure and like pointing people in different directions with their forearms, making sure that people are going in different directions around you guys.
Okay. Like this way. Sorry, roadblock.
Yes, please. We're looking at things. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll read the back.
Actually, Lycan, as you're reading the back, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh
my God, there's so much.
Dang. Oh. It's a 12.
Yeah, with a 12, you would see a little blurb. It's like a little box, and it has 20 different faces in it. And it says on top of it, missing persons. If you've seen any of these people within the past 2 weeks, please let a Goshen Watch know. And you see a multitude of different people. You see Genazis, you see hobgoblins, you see 1 arcanic, you see 1 or 2 territoires, and
do we see that creature?
You do not see the nose creature, which you would know this creature to be a Kilmuli. But Kilmuli are a type of humanoid within these streets that are almost like they're not actual like animals or anything. They're fey creatures that are little guys that go around, and they tend to be a little poorer, and they always sit there and they're like little beggars that you would know fill throughout the city.
Okay.
While I'm reading, can I see if this is like written biasly towards a certain political party?
Ooh. Oh, if it's written, yeah, go ahead and give me an insight check.
That's a great question.
That is a really good question.
Can I like try my best to like memorize the faces of?
Yeah. You can try your best. I would say there's 20 of them. It's just a bunch of different things.
Okay,
but go ahead and give me a history check to see if you can try and remember. And depending on what you roll, I'll tell you how many.
21.
21. Go ahead and roll a d6, and that's how many faces you're going to remember.
You think we can give Siga
4.
a point of inspo?
4. So you have 4 faces, and I'll tell you those faces here in a second. Oh, absolutely, inspiration. You definitely get inspiration for that.
I rolled a 10.
Yeah. With a 10 for insight, it seems pretty bipartisan. Would that be the word? It's center leading. There's not a bunch of it's not trying to be political in what it's saying. And just so everyone knows, because I said Territoire before, Territoire are also a custom race that we have, which Nissa and Sig are, they are the kin of giants and genies, or giants and jinn, and they have 4 arms, and typically, like, they look somewhat human-esque, and they're not like super big, or like, I mean, they can get bigger, especially if they're more giant than genie, but they have like pointed ears similar to that of elves, but they, like, a lot of the time, if they're like genie more adjacent, they have more jewelry like Nissa does. Nissa has a bunch of different jewelry going up their ears and everything like that.
Sig is definitely more giant.
Yeah.
He's only got these golden hoop earrings that he wears. It's like 7'3" or something.
Yeah, and Nissa's smaller because they are more genie oriented, which means they're more like 5'11".
He's 7'5".
Yeah, he's 7'5". So just so people are understanding the different races we have. Yeah, so I would say the 4 people you would get out of that, you see 2 different Genasi people. One is a water Genasi who has like water hair that's like pulled into a ponytail behind them, and their eyes have like stars, pupils. It's like starfish pupils in their own eyes. And you see like they're a woman that has like blue starfish eyes and like light blue water skin. The next Genasi you would see is a air Genasi who has light blue skin, who has a small white goatee and a mohawk. The next person I would say you see is the Arcanic, because that's pretty easy to pick up on. This person of pure red instead of just blue. The pictures on these newspapers move like a Harry Potter magazine and stuff like that. And then I would say the last person you would notice would be a hobgoblin man who has a short buzz cut, and he has 2 green eyes with no facial hair on his face. That's who you would remember.
Okay.
I'm gonna split the newspaper apart. I'm just gonna go to the crossword.
Yeah, you start going to the crossword and give me an intelligence check. See if you can solve it.
You separated the pages and stuff?
Yeah.
How about
I'm gonna hand people pages if they want.
How about we do this not in a crowded
yes,
road?
please. I'm currently making sure everyone's going different directions.
Just give me a second.
You see us there behind.
No word.
21.
21. You solve it in literally an instant.
I just needed a second, guys. Let's go.
You use all of your arms. You have pencils.
That's so fun.
Alrighty, should we head back?
Yes.
While we're at it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As we're walking, can I like read the ocean turning gray stuff?
Absolutely.
To see if anything is
so
relevant to me?
yeah, go ahead and just roll a investigation check, and I'll tell you what you get
A
from it.
reading check.
11.
A guidance.
Okay.
Excellent.
Guidance. Go ahead and roll a d4.
Here. Oh, this is a big word.
That's a 4.
This is what this is.
So wait,
So you had 11, so
15.
15. Okay, yeah, with a 15, I would say in the article it's coming from Strathfos, which Strathfos is a town within the republic that is Chronomancer. And it's just lower on the map. If you were looking at the map, it's more down towards the seas itself. And it basically goes on to say that recently the water has begun to turn gray. People do not know why it's turning gray, but even things in their aqueducts in Strathfos and stuff and in Chronomancer have started to turn gray. All of the water itself is starting to lose its color. And there's also mention of dead sea creatures have been turning up a lot more recently.
Walking. We're walking back to.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Riker, are you here?
Well, let me get there.
I guess not.
I'm there already. But
Yeah. So as you depart from the heart of the Eskric district, you find your way back to your home base, Little Guy Private Eye. As you approach, you see this building is made out of a shabby wood with a stone base. The wood is warped in different directions that filter to the outskirts of the pillar that supports the rickety building itself. The one door that is seen from the front has a marbled glass window that is adorned with the symbol of a garden gnome with a spyglass held up to its eye. The interior is a little more professional than its exterior alternative, as it has a small lounge with comfortable seats that is married to a secretary's desk. The further you go into the building, you see several desks and papers sprawled across them. They all eventually lead down the hall to one more doorway that has the name Riker Smuggs written in italicized font on the window. So I'm just telling you that now. We're going to quickly jump over to Gale as Gale is entering before you guys get there. I would say you're about 10 minutes ahead of everyone else. Gale, as you enter the familiar lounge, you turn to the right and you see a small hobgoblin girl sitting on the chair in the corner of the room. She has pale red skin with dark brown hair tied back in a twin tail style. She has purple eyes and is wearing a beaten orange dress that has seemed to fade over many years of use. As you see her, she locks eyes with you and stops swaying her feet that dangle. And she lifts herself off of the floor and she runs in front of you. And she looks at you and she goes, "Hello, my name is Sail Melwin and I need to hire you." And that's where we will end our session.
Sayer!
Hey guys, we wanted to give you a big thank you for listening to our first episode. We are so excited to tell the story of this party and share this world with you that we've been building for quite some time. Please check out our socials on Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit by searching up Campaign Casters. No spaces, one word, Camp AIGN Casters. Back from the intro, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review on Spotify, Apple Music, or any of our other podcast platforms. If we get 1,000 reviews, we are going to create a poll and have you all choose a 5th edition adventure module for us to speedrun.
Most indubitably, I would say it'd be quite hilarious if we went through Lost Mines, Out of the Abyss, or Curse of Strahd in a 4 to 5 hour game as retired adventurers for one last job. But if you want to know where the craziness takes place, or quick links because searching through your apps is too hard, search on your browser for campaignCasters.com. There, you can read a little bit about us and reach out as a fellow caster. If you also make D&D content and want to collaborate with us, send us a spell. We want to build a community for all to enjoy and expand the games we love. Our theme song is Nobody's Hero by Chronophobia. A big shout out to them for allowing us to use their beautiful music. You can find them on all music platforms, including but not limited to Apple Music, iTunes, and Spotify. Our players for this campaign are Heat Chase as Sigvalang, Jake Taylor as Brian Smith, Adam Fox as Leo, Sophia Condit as Lycan, Ari Bardak-Mitchell as Gael, Haven Joseph-Lyon as Nissa Stone, and me, Nicholas Bailey, as Elxidor Vernades. Our next episode will be released on October 25th. It's a Friday, so get ready to finish out the week with a new mystery at hand.
Until next time, be careful adventuring. If you're tired, come back home.